What if I told you the deadliest war of the 20th century never appeared in a single textbook? A war with no soldiers in uniform, no parades, no victory speeches. A war so secret, even presidents were kept in the dark. Tonight, you're going to learn about the war the world was never supposed to hear. This story begins not on a battlefield, but inside a dusty room in Washington. In 1993, a historian opened a box mislabeled agricultural exports. Inside were classified documents stamped Eyes Only, Operation Silent Winter. This was the first clue that something enormous had been erased from history. Silent Winter was not a regular operation. It was the code name for an entire war. Not Cold War, not proxy war, something far more dangerous. A conflict fought in labs, shadows, and underground facilities. This wasn't a war for land, it was a war for knowledge. In 1944, both superpowers discovered something terrifying. A new type of technology capable of disrupting communication, navigation, and even decision-making across entire nations. Whoever controlled it, controlled the world. So they began a secret war to steal it, copy it, or bury it. Agents vanished without explanation. Scientists disappeared mid-flight. Ships left port and were never heard from again. Every incident was covered up as maintenance failure or unexpected weather. But the documents show something else. These were covert missions in the shadow conflict. A war fought by people who didn't exist, using weapons that weren't supposed to exist. In 1957, the Soviets tested a device that caused radio blackouts across 12,000 kilometers. The US called it coincidence. The Soviets called it success. But no one, and I mean no one, could admit what the device did. Because if the public knew, every global power would panic. In 1963, something unprecedented happened. The US and the USSR, two nations that hated each other, signed a secret agreement. Not to stop the war, but to hide it. They agreed that if either side exposed the truth, the other would reveal everything. So both sides stayed silent. January 1978, a junior officer accidentally scheduled a restricted file for public release. Within 6 hours, 3 intelligence agencies shut the entire building down. The officer resigned and vanished. From that day, the war became even more invisible, because in 2022, someone leaked 14 pages of this forgotten conflict. Not enough to explain everything, but enough to confirm one thing: the secret war was real. And according to the documents, it never officially ended. When the Cold War collapsed, the battlefield didn't disappear. It shifted from land to satellites, from spies to servers, from stolen documents to stolen data. The shadow conflict continues today. The enemy isn't a country anymore, it's information. This was the war nobody was allowed to talk about. And now that you know it exists, you'll start noticing the clues everywhere. The question is, how much of the modern world was built on a war we were never told about? And what else is still being hidden?